Greetings, Kitchen Sink family members. How are you? How are we? I'm good. Last week we were discussing about transformation, and the week before we looked at breaking the poverty mindset. There's something that I thought, let me just put it in just before the month of March ends, and that is lottery mindset. Lottery mindset is a mindset that refers to a belief that success and abundance are solely dependent on luck or chance, rather than hard work, effort, and a proactive approach to achieving goals. So you are waiting at a bus stop. You are hoping, you are wishful that the bus will come by and they will just leave you your own lottery win as life goes on. It doesn't happen like that. At least not to many of us. Remember, in one video I was discussing that the chance of winning a lottery is far greater than the probability of a person being struck by lightning. You are more likely to be struck by lightning than to win a lottery. That's what statistics say. So don't wait for the lottery bus. It may never come your way. But what certainly is assured is if you have energy to work, if you have a mind to put, to something, get down and let's begin a journey. Because if you are one who relies on that mindset, you believe that life is a matter of chance, like winning a lottery, and they don't need to put in the necessary effort to work to achieve their goals. That's what you believe. You just, you can actually, as a full adult, full of wishful thinking, a whole family man full of wishful thinking. Life doesn't happen like that. You just have to put your head down and begin to work. You lack a proactive approach. You will not take initiative or actively pursue opportunities. Instead, you are waiting for luck to strike. I told you, that bus is not coming. So you better get off from the bus stop and begin to do something. Begin to work at something. Very important. Proactively work at something. It doesn't matter whether it's small or big, but start. The idea here is to start to work at something. And then the other thing that is shown in a mindset, a lottery mindset, is limiting beliefs. A limiting belief that hinders personal growth and prevents individuals from reaching their full potential. No human being knows their full potential. It's a matter that God reserves to himself. How far Clarissa can go, only God knows. All I can do is to work hard and to keep shifting my goals so that I achieve more and more, or I achieve higher and higher. Only God knows how far you can go. So don't stop. Don't stop yourself. Peradventure, there's greater opportunity and greater, potential in you for it. But unless you pursue it, you will never know your capability. I totally believe it's important. If I hadn't tried what I'm doing in my life today, no one would have ever known, no one would have ever told me that you could do, YouTube, you could do whatever else I'm doing. But we are doing it because we believe the God who created me has given me grace to achieve all that I intend to achieve. No limitation. Don't embrace limiting beliefs. And then the other thing is focusing on quick wins. That one, we suffer with it, guys. You want it to work just like that. Overnight success. From rags to riches. It would be good. It would be good if it happens. But the truth of the majority of us is life doesn't happen with quick wins. Even a farmer knows from the day they plant, they cultivate, they weed, they water, they fertilize, it's a period of time until they begin to harvest. It takes a period of time. So even in life generally, life takes a period of time. You can testify. In fact, share your own ideas. Whatever it is in your life that you've been successful at, it could be academics, it could be skilled work, it could be a talent, it could be business, it could be anything that you've been successful at, where you an overnight success. I am not an overnight success. As for school, I had to stay put for years for me to finally get to where I am today. And I'm sure I have witnesses who can say, let's rally here. Those of us who are beginning to see the sun rising in your life, whatever it is in your life, have you always been that? Was it a quick success thing, or you had to embark on a journey? I have had to embark on many journeys. So the lottery mindset prioritizes quick and easy wins over sustainable and long-term success. My father, may his soul rest in peace, used to tell us with my sisters that if you take education as a husband, you will be successful at life through education. Of course, I'm talking old school type of thinking. But a truth in there is, for education, if you have attained it, you have attained it. You can't even pass it on to your children. You can't even bequeath it to anybody. Education, it's something that you attain. It's something that you will die with. Why not embrace on life with such an attitude that I want to grow, embark on a personal growth that will prevent poverty, that will prevent me sitting by a bus stop waiting, wishfully thinking that one day luck will strike my way. Why not embark on such a journey? Because it will give you more returns than believing that I'm not lucky, I'm cursed. No, break that curse by doing something. Shame the curses upon your life by doing something. Then you can look at the curses and tell them that, look, I have succeeded at one thing. Let's begin that journey, dearly beloved. Quick returns are not sustainable. Quick returns, they fly away. I told you in another video that riches that come quickly, they develop wings and they fly away. How? Why? Because you've not anchored them. It's something that just came from the sky. And so you don't even have the means with which to anchor that wealth. You want wealth that is attained little by little, and you can anchor it. No storm, no wind, no tragedy will wipe it away from you, because now you know space is where to hide money successfully for generations. And so it doesn't really matter what storms may come our way. Our wealth is anchored. So how do you break a lottery mindset? Shift focus. Shift focus, kitchen sink family members. Stop relying on luck and focus on developing skills. Focus on building knowledge and focus on taking proactive steps towards your goals. Focus on that. 3 things. Developing skills. It could be cooking skills, tailoring skills, woodworking skills, whatever type of skill that comes your way. And build knowledge. Whatever it is that you're doing, build knowledge around it and take proactive steps towards achieving your goals. You can only achieve your goals. No one else can do it for you if you want to achieve your goals. And then number 2, embrace hard work. Guys, yesterday was a very long day for me, very long and draining. And by the end of the day, I was finished. I tell people that, I was zoned out, completely zoned out. And so this morning when I woke up, you know how it is when you go to bed so zoned out, you most likely will wake up with a dread. You don't want today to happen. That's where I was today. And I had to join my husband in our family devotion. I had to join the church in the hour of prayer from 5 to 6 a.m. And I had to be on the road, walking, exercising with my husband for 1 hour. And when I came back, I was tired. I was really, tired. But I knew my day has to start. I have quite a bit that I want to achieve today. And unless I wake up and begin this process, I'm not going to be able to achieve with what I want to achieve. So embrace hard work. Embrace hard work, and it requires consistent effort. It requires perseverance. We were talking as we were coming back with my husband that if there's been a day that we really persevered, it was this morning. We really persevered at walking, at exercising. And then you have to have a mind that is willing to work hard. Sometimes some people, I look at some situations. And I honestly believe that some people don't even have the mind to work hard. They just want to have it easy. I just pray for them that God will answer them in that way. But what I know, how I have experienced life, and many of us, please don't just comment that thank you so much, very inspiring. No, share a little bit of your own experience with how you've benefited hard work in your life. It's something, whatever it is. It could be at school, could be at business, could be at work, could be in your family, could be at a relationship. Let's share practical handles with each other so that we can break this lottery mindset. And the other thing is cultivate a growth mindset. Guys, there can never be transformation that is stagnant. Transformation, when it comes your way, it gives you an oomph, it gives you a zeal and energy to want to start a journey of growth and development in your life. And this you can measure to say, okay, this is where I have been for 15 years. Now I'm embarking on a journey of transformation. I'm breaking poverty mindset. I'm breaking stagnation. I'm breaking lottery mindset. I'm breaking all these things in my own life. And I'm embarking on a journey of growth. A journey that is measurable, a journey that is doable, not, building castles in the air, something tangible that I can do. I'm going to do it. And you will do it, Kitchen Sink family members. So you have to have the ability to learn. If in your life, you grew up, your IQ, you're not so sure where you are, just look at yourself. How successful were you at learning in your learning years? How successful were you even in your learning years? How successful were you at learning how to earn during the earning years? That is very important. And if you know and tell yourself the truth that I struggle at learning, then you have to find help for it so that you can begin to grow. Not only about learning, but also adaptability. How easy am I to adjust and to adapt? I was talking to someone yesterday. We were encouraging each other from the book of Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 5, which says if you fail in life at doing certain things in circumstances that are easy, how are you going to survive when things are harder? Today I'm able to read out scriptures. I hope I'll find Jeremiah easily. Jeremiah 12 verse 5. Allow me. It says here, if you have run with footmen and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with horses? And if in the land of peace in which you trusted they wearied you, then how will you do in the floodplain of the Jordan? Bottom line, if some of these little things, they just come and they harass you, they finish you, how are you going to be successful at life? You really have to develop a thick skin. You really have to develop muscles. I remember a scripture that we grew up on as women. We would be taught Proverbs chapter 31, and from verse 10, a virtuous woman, a word that is thrown left, right, and center around us women. Until one day I realized, I think it's verse 17 of Proverbs, which says, she girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. My goodness, that was a game changer for me. As a woman, as a mother, as a homemaker, that was a game changer. To learn that, this successful woman, she had to gird herself with strength. So what am I going to do to build strength in me? Exercise is definitely one of them. The state of my mind is definitely one of them. And my capacity to stay focused on that which I want to achieve is another thing. But whatever is done, I have to be girded with strength. And then the last bit of this sentence is just two phrases to make this verse. Strengthens her arms. People always say in our language, means your hands are lazy. When they're describing a lazy person, her hands are lazy. And I realize I have to exercise my hands. Yes, I will exercise by lifting weights according to me that are sufficient to give me strength. I have also to do certain work for which I use my hands. Cleaning, I use my hands. Washing up, I use my hands. I know now they are dishwashers, but it benefited me at that time to use my hands. And the more I used my hands, the stronger I became. Success, breaking a lottery mindset, requires fitness, bottom line. Mental fitness, physical fitness, emotional fitness, psychological fitness, and spiritual fitness. Fitness, 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 if you're going to break that mindset. Because some of the reasons why we fail to pursue success is because you're just sitting there wishfully thinking that something miraculous will happen and then I'll find myself rich. It's good if it happens, but if not, shift your focus. And then set realistic goals. I know we struggle because the needs are many. You need money for fees, you need money for food, you need money for utilities, you need money sometimes to even buy shelter. You need. I know, but begin with one thing at a time. Begin to achieve one thing at a time. Then you'll be able to achieve whatever it is that you desire in life. But if you bunch them together, you will never be able to achieve anything, because everything around you tells you this is difficult. This is just too difficult. Let me tell you, you can do it. You can do it, I can do it. One step at a time. So as long as the goals are realistic, you want to be able to have biteable chunks of those goals. So reduce them. You can have a big goal, but reduce it to biteable chunks. Reduce it to achievable steps so that you make progress and you build momentum. We've benefited this as a family. We've learned to set goals from when our children were younger, and we've learned to reduce them to biteable chunks, checking with each other how far we have gone, and that has given us success. And then the final thing, practice gratitude. Be grateful with what you have. If you sit there and all that you see is impossibility, if you sit there and all that you see is difficulty, if you sit there and all that you see is limitation, my dear, you will not make progress in life at all. You just have to be grateful for what little successes that you're achieving in your life. You just have to be grateful with whatever that you have. And little by little, you will begin to make progress. And also document your progress. Whatever progress it is, document it. Take time to put it down. Take time when you have achieved something to celebrate it. I celebrate effort. I told you in another video a little while ago that we celebrate effort, that someone has put effort. We will celebrate that. Begin to be gracious with yourself sometimes. Don't always be hard against yourself. If you've achieved something, celebrate it. If you've achieved, a child has achieved something, a husband has achieved something, celebrate them. Celebrate small wins. They will translate into a big win one day as you keep doing one little thing at a time. Thank you so much, Kitchen Sink family members. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you. As you are listening to these videos, I ask you kindly to please share your own little experiences. Also ask questions. At the beginning of April, we'll start with a question and answer session. So ask questions on anything and everything that we have talked about, and we will try to respond. But above all, thank you, Kitchen Sink family members. I love you dearly. Thank you for coming alongside me as I go on this journey of life. Thank you. Good day.